All right, we did some math here. Welcome to the Weege Show. Okay, everybody knows Jett Lawrence made a ton of money and Haiden Deegan made a ton of money. They have a ton of money. They have a ton of money. Let's talk about some other guys that made money. Colt Nichols, you said, show me the money.
Show me the money.
We ran the tabulations. 90 grand, buddy.
We'll take that all day, baby. That's a nice payday. I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, so you spent some money to make this happen.
Yeah, we were probably in between travel, the bike, all that kind of stuff, at least, you know, 20, 25,000 at least. So I knew that getting last, I was like, we're breaking even at least, and I'm okay with that.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I don't want to go like above 30. I'm like, I'm losing a lot of money.
Okay.
So, but I was like, if I can stay around that range, dude, I'm okay with it. Like, if I got to invest my own money, at least I know I'll break even. That's all I wanted. So the fact that we came out on top, I'm like, awesome. Best case scenario. Yeah,
and like, dude, you went 10-10 at Washougal. That probably earned you a couple more points, which that could have been 20 more grand.
Exactly.
Just for that.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And what did you get 6th in that last moto? Fifth.
Yeah, 8-5.
And you were ripping.
Yeah, it was a good moto. I had AC right in front of me. We were battling pretty much the whole race.
Yes.
And then Coop was just right in front of him.
Yes.
That was pretty cool. I was like, man, I want to close that gap. But I closed up onto AC really well, and I just couldn't make the pass. I made a mistake with 3 laps to go. He kind of gapped out, and then I noticed AP wasn't catching, so I was pretty content with where we were. So it was cool, you know, to go by the big board and see. I saw with 2 laps ago I was in 5th, and I was like, I'll take that. That's kind of sick.
Man.
So it was good though. Steady improvements each race. Kind of sucks it's over now, but for the most part, dude, I'm so happy we did it.
And you got because you got a totally different deal starting. You're jumping on a beta now.
Yeah, beta next week. We'll ride the 2-stroke for fun, I think, then 450 the week after, and then we'll be that full time. Yeah. We'll go up there at Paso, test for a week probably, then we'll bring it back down to Southern California and ride. Okay. On that for the whole month of October. Back on the Cowway for a day or so, probably for World Supercross.
Oh, jeez.
Go to Dubai, race that, back on the beta, and then hop back on the Cowway for the last one, and then we're done with the Cowway full beta after that. So I'm excited, man.
I'm glad you did the math. You figured out, hey, wait, this is not just Eli Tomac's gonna make money. It's not just Jett Lawrence gonna make money. There was an opportunity. You swung for the fences. You bet on yourself.
Dude, I'm so pumped. Like, because even putting this thing together, like, it was really stressful at times. I mean, before this wasn't even an option. I borrowed Swap's bike to go to Washougal, and I was just like, I just need to go, and I'll figure something out along the way, you know? So first step was doing that. Got really good points, like you said there. That, like, got me in. It kind of sucks I came in really. Those points made a bigger difference than I thought. I wish I could have done more outdoors to kind of bump up, but for the most part, dude, we kind of fumbled it together. Like I said, a little stressful, but these guys luckily stepped up. Rick Ware was a big part of that, letting me do all this in the first place. And dude, it was just awesome. I'm so glad that I did it. I didn't ever regret coming off the couch and racing. I think that's nothing but a positive experience, and it certainly was for me, so it's good. Yeah, I mean, Beta and Rick Ware hooked you up. Oh yeah, they could have said no. Yeah, big time, big time. So it was awesome, man. Yeah, good people. I got Dave Cruz helping me during the week with suspension on the race weekends. He was pretty clutch. So my mechanic Mudo was clutch. I put him to overtime like pretty hard. So he earned the money he got for this for sure. It was awesome. And then Dave Cruz comes over and gives us a selection of celebratory beverages. Yeah, we got them all, baby. What a guy, Dave Cruz. We got them all. All right, I'm gonna go to someone else who made a ton of money. Good job, Colt Nichols. I'm very proud of you, and you're doing really good. I want to give him the final tally. Do you know the final tally? What? Get him, Weege. What? Get him. So we just told Nichols he made 90 grand. I think you made 75. Oh yeah. You down with that? Oh yeah, it's pretty good. Definitely didn't even think I was gonna make the whole season with the appendicitis. So thankful that I was here. 7th overall, I think, on the day, and then 10th overall. Man. So pretty good. Definitely appendix is hurting really bad right now, but yeah, surgery on Tuesday, I believe. So just thankful, all the glory to God that made the 3 rounds. The appendix didn't rupture, so we're good. Was it actually like dangerous to do it? Obviously you felt bad and it hurt. Yeah. But were doctors like, they left it up to me, so pretty much they said, since I'm like, they said I was very in tune, I could really feel it coming. So good thing I went straight to the hospital right when it happened, so the antibiotics kept it under control. So they're like, it's gonna give you a heads up. It's not like middle of the air ruptures, and it would give me a heads up. I mean, they said it should, like, obviously it's rare, but that's just the hardest thing. Like at the rounds, it would start hurting because I couldn't take deep breaths, so it was like I would start hyperventilating. So that was like the hard thing, is whenever it would start hurting, I'd have to like chill out, make sure it's all good, whenever, and then make sure the pain's not getting worse, because if the pain's ain't so hard, like with your adrenaline going. So it was like that was the biggest thing. It's not something like normally like block it out, deal with that in the race. It's like, so but no, it was good. Didn't go against the doctor's orders. They left the ball in my court. A lot of people were but Yeah,
obviously it was a risk, but they were like, you're gonna feel it coming and all that. So yeah.
Now the other thing, you had told me way back at Redbud, you wanted to do these not just for the money.
Yeah.
You're like, it's Supercrossy.
Yeah.
I want to show I can do it. This was the most Supercrossy one we had, and this is your best result, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah.
So do you feel like you showed something that you can do Supercross?
Yeah, I think so, and yeah, honestly, I really like it, and it's like, honestly, a little bit nicer than outdoors, dude. Right now, I can walk around after outdoors, dude. You're like crippled, dude. It's gnarly. Yeah, but nah, I like it. Yeah, looking forward to next year and stuff. Getting a good boot camp in and coming into the season ready, and yeah, really looking forward to next year.
Hey, just talk about the HBI team, which you weren't even on. They barely existed.
Oh yeah.
Like they told me, like 2 months for the outdoors, they weren't even a team. Are you staying with them? It seems like things are going well.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, big thank you to Matt and Darla and stuff. They're the owners at HBI, and they really been helping, and yeah, just great people over there. So big thank you to them, and yeah,
you couldn't have picked a better year for this series to start.
I know.
And finally make it through, because you're always, unfortunately, we'd get you for like 3 races.
Yeah,
you got to be like, okay, finally something broke my way.
Yeah,
yes, that's cool.
It's been a rough couple years, but we broke through.
Yeah, and that was exciting. Who are you battling with in that last one there?
I forget.
Like you were riding well.
Yeah, I know, but I couldn't get it. It was hard. I was struggling to make a pass, but yeah, it was hard to pass.
It was
very hard to pass.
It was. Yeah. All right, you got to be proud of yourself.
Right,
good job, Ty Masterpool. And that was the point I really wanted to make, that we've seen big money races in this sport before, like the Monster Energy Cup. And yes, that's awesome that Jett Lawrence won the $1 million. We'll talk about that in a bit. But what was so cool about this is that it was paying money to a ton of other guys. So there you heard it. Colt Nichols spent his own money, got to the races, worked a deal out with Bubba Pauly and the Mad Parts Kawasaki team. HBI, that was not a team 2 months before the Nationals. Around High Point, they picked up Masterpool. They put themselves on the map. Masterpool makes 75 grand. Nichols makes 90 grand. We somehow got our guy Phil Nicoletti at an even higher level of stardom now, because he swept all 3 LCQs. I think it's like 35 grand, I think, for where he finished. I think he was 12th in points in the end, which is, for a guy like Phil, 35 grand that you didn't expect to make, because he didn't even think he'd be racing, let alone, we didn't even know about this series a year ago. It's just come a long way in a short time, and my hope is that it makes believers out of everyone. Those Nichols and Masterpool and Phil coming back from injury stories, we want more of those next year, because it makes the racing that much more exciting when you have these layers, right? Because I think what we're seeing at the top of the sport, we're getting to a dangerous zone. We just had a guy have a perfect season, and then he had not raced Jett Lawrence 450 Supercross at all. Don't forget that. He didn't really have 450 Supercross time, and he performed on a basically Supercross track on a 450 to win the money. We could be looking at some serious domination from Jett Lawrence in the future. Now, I know he hasn't raced a full 450 Supercross yet. Eli Tomac will be back. Chase Sexton will be on a different bike, and Sexton wants revenge for sure and wants to defend that championship, and he's not out of the conversation by any means. Cooper Webb, he'll be much better, I think, next year than he was in these SMX rounds. Ken Roxon's rejuvenated. Of course, we'll have the hashtag Deep Field going in Anaheim, but we all have seen what Jett Lawrence is capable of. And when you have these, a guy running a perfect season, when you can have those nuances of, but this guy showed up and this guy showed up, and there's a battle within the battle, it makes the racing that much more fun to watch. I want to thank RaceTech for back at our show, the Gold Valves. I was talking to Dylan Blecka, one of the World All-Star 250 riders who is out here, and he runs the Gold Valves. So he's trying to learn how to ride a Supercross track. RaceTech engines and suspension, you can learn actually how to build those on your own with their seminars. Go to racetech.com and check out their seminars coming, I believe, in the month of November in Southern California. Engine seminars, suspension seminars. That's the crazy thing about RaceTech. They don't keep the stuff secret. They will work with other engine builders to build parts on your spec. They will teach other suspension people some of their tricks of the trade. I don't know anyone else in the industry that's doing that. So go to racetech.com for your bike, get some suspension work and engine work. Or if you want to learn more about how to set up your own machine, or maybe you've got a shop that you're working on and helping some people out, you can expand your knowledge with the folks at RaceTech. Let's see what else is going on here. So, to recap the night, it was really interesting. Hunter Lawrence goes out with a crash. Crashed yesterday.
re-aggravated the back injury. He's out. Joe Shimoda ran, I think, his best race of the year in the first moto to come from behind. I know he had won 2 races lately, but I think this was even better, the way he turned it in this first moto. But he didn't quite have that juice in Moto 2. And I tried to interview Haiden Deegan after a very disappointing Moto 1, and he shut the door. He did not want to do a TV interview. I was a reporter today for the Peacock crew, and he didn't want to do the interview. But at the same time, as mechanic Duff said, we got more. We got one more moto to get it done. Hi, Weege. The guy made some money. Does he need money, or is it? He has so much money it doesn't even matter.
Hey, right, it's like a hobby. Right,
it is, yes. It's just a passion play. Just a passion play, labor of love.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, you made some money. Is that a thing you're even thinking about?
Did
or
I get 6 or 8?
I think that's 6.
Dan told me I got 6 overall, and you told me, this guy told me I got 8.
I'm gonna get, we're gonna have a live.
He buzz-killed me hard.
Oh, I'm gonna give you live math right now.
I had 135 points,
I'm seeing 6, I'm seeing 6.
See, what you saw was before the race.
I'm seeing 6. All right, no, I got a full stat right here. Adam Cianciarulo goes from 10th and 75K to 6th and 135.
Hey, guess what my renovating my kitchen? 150 grand.
Oh, you just made it tonight.
Yeah.
Kitchen.
I was about to tell. So my girlfriend wanted these like special cabinets that are double the cost. I'm like, let me see what I can do tonight. We might have to go back to standard.
Earn some cabinets.
We might have to go back to standard.
Let me see what I can do.
Yeah.
You just blew it out on this show.
I called her. I called her as soon as I got back. I'm like, we're getting a good cabinet.
Give me 24 hours. Let me sort this out.
150 grand in the kitchen's no joke.
Do you stop working now, or do you keep going?
Now, what does it look like? Of course not. No. I really would like the next 3 months to not. All right, congrats to you.
Great to see you, but hopefully I don't see you till Anaheim.
Yeah, for all of us, we need to back it down a little bit. We need to back it down. That's Nick Way and Adam Cianciarulo. And Cianciarulo making a whole bunch of money, 135 grand. Oh, you do know. You did the math.
You did that math.
Oh, yeah.
that kind of math.
Oh, that math. Oh, yeah.
Oh, this guy already did the math. Freddie Noren, you already know how much money you made?
Yeah.
11th place?
50K, let's go!
50K!
Yeah. Really? Yeah.
50K.
Dang, that's pretty good.
Hey. Yeah, man. Yeah, baby.
We gotta put that baby into the lodge.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's gotta
Get a bigger hot tub.
bigger hot tub. There you go.
Yeah.
Press release.
Yeah,
I'm racing next year.
this thing,
I'm
you
racing
want,
next year.
yeah, you want some money.
You could do the zip line now.
That's a terrible idea.
Come on.
Matt Rice wants upgrades at the Airbnb.
Yeah,
He's got a
Matt Rice
$50,000 budget.
Wants to really kill people.
Wow.
Dude, you can do it. Your insurance is on.
Congrats, Freddie, on the 50 grand.
Thank you.
We need to do this other show.
Yeah,
We need to do this other show. You guys are drinking 7-Ups.
We're drinking 7-Up.
Wow. Getting rowdy over here. 50K. Congrats, Freddie. I mean, you're one of the few that actually, when I talked to you at Pala, you actually knew. You actually are like, yes, I'm focused on this.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. And I had to beat Phil for it.
Yes, you were tied coming in.
I know.
You were tied.
So Phil beat him? Phil got 12.
You did beat him.
Yeah, I love Phil.
You got 11.
11.
11.
He was 12.
You know what's been funny? Last couple rounds of outdoors and through this, you guys have been locked in some duels. Bud's Creek was a duel.
We're battling. It's like we battle during the week, we battle on the weekend. It's so much fun though.
That's great.
I love Phil. He's awesome.
So now what we need to find out, you made 50.
He makes 35.
15, you did it.
Oh yeah.
You beat him. You took 15 grand. Yeah. We'll be right back. Sorry, Phil. Good job, Jordan Burns. Oh yeah. Collector's item. Hold on. Wow, and a actually it's an 80s truck to match the 90s bike. Jordan Burns.
That's how we do it. We're vintage. We're all about vintage here.
Oh my, did you think that this would pay off someday, that you held on to this bike, Jordan?
I thought, I don't know if it would pay off. I don't know if I thought pay was the right word, but tonight's moment was absolutely epic. I mean, it was kind of a dream come true to see that shot out on the track with Haiden, with Brian, with their family, the trophies, the LA Coliseum in the background, and the Ghost Ride bike.
Incredible.
It was incredible. And I'm really thankful that Brian got his family out there to do it. And, it was a really cool moment for me.
Pretty cool. And you've had this bike the whole time, or did you have
I've had it for since '97.
No kidding.
So it hasn't been started in like 20 years. But
so there was no one was going to try to ghost ride it tonight?
I don't think so.
Okay, that's cool. Collector's item for sure. All right, Jordan Burns, Moto XXX. He's the one that actually brought the Brian Deegan bike. I guess that's the only disappointment that we had. We did not have a ghost ride by Haiden Deegan, but I suppose if he did it, he might have just, the bike might have gone flying into Levi Kitchen, who finished ahead of him in that second moto, but Deegan gets it done. Shimoda tried so hard. Deegan was so bummed after the first moto. Like I said, he wouldn't even talk to me. Jordan Smith had a shot at this. He was actually there in the points. I think he was 2 points behind after winning the first moto. If he could win the overall, and maybe Shimoda, who was just ahead of him going into the second moto, if Shimoda had a bad one, and Shimoda started badly. I mean, could have happened, but Jordan Smith went down in the first turn, but it shows the triple points, how you're never out of it. A lot to dissect. Anyway, we'll be right back. All right, everybody, that is a wrap from the iconic Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. I don't know if we're gonna come back next year. I don't know what the SMX playoff schedule will be, what races we will go to. I can guarantee you we will race this. It's a 5-year TV deal with Peacock, and if you're NBC Sports, you have to be thrilled the way this concept turned out. A lot of this was their suggestion. But love the idea of the motocross and supercross operations and calendars and schedules and everybody working together. But what about adding something extra, a Game 7 Super Bowl type event? And we had it. I mean, in the home of the first Super Bowl and the first Supercross, we had a Game 7 type moment. You saw Joe Shimoda doing everything. You saw the emotion from Haiden and Deegan winning. You saw Ken Roczen trying so hard to get Jett Lawrence. You saw big celebrations after the race and emotion. We had those Game 7 type moments, and let's be honest, it's the first year of this. We don't really have a feel for how important this championship is yet, but it probably will get more important as years go on. So something to think about in the future, just how big this could be, and that was the concept. What could this do to elevate the sport? Well, I can tell you what it did. It brought all these sides together for the collective good. We saw bigger crowds in Supercross, bigger crowds in Motocross, and then this bonus on top. That is awesome. As I said in a show way back, I can't even remember what Supercross it was, but I said if you get to the point where we have the Deegans against the Lawrences, and that's the matchup we have for the future, we're in great hands. Eli Tomac has done great things. Ken Roczen has done great things. They're not done. They, to me, were the real duo over the last 10 years. Chase Sexton is somewhere in the middle of that. He's not obviously as young as Jett or Haiden, but he will be heard from. Cooper Webb's certainly not done. But you need to have these robberies to keep things going. And we ended up with a Lawrence and a Deegan winning the championships here. I mean, that bodes well for the future of the sport. Be it Carmichael, Stu. Actually, for me, thinking of this building, it's RJ Ward. You know, that was my era when I first started, or the epic Stanton Bradshaw JMB, or going on to McGrath versus the World, or Stu Reed, RC, through the Ryans, through Roczen and Tomac, who are just superstars of the highest order, Cooper Webb. You need iconic stars, superstars, to really make this thing tick. And we got it. Jett Lawrence is a rookie in the 450 class. Haiden Deegan is a rookie as a pro. They emerge with these championships. It really puts the sport, both with this event and this money, and the fact that Peacock is so all in on this championship and this sport, and the promoters working together in the right direction, which I talked about a lot at our kickoff to this Charlotte event. AMA and AMA Pro Racing working together really hard for the first time ever. And that kind of talent and personalities. I mean, you got fire and ice when you talk about Jett Lawrence and Haiden Deegan on the horizon, with Hunter in the mix as well. And so many riders switching teams next year, and how will that impact things? There's a lot to love right now about the sport. And they really nailed it with this, and I could just keep talking forever. I mean, to be standing here after this event and watching them tear the track down at the Coliseum, if we don't know, we're gonna be back next year, maybe, but we're just trying to soak it all in right now. Thanks to everyone for watching these shows all year long. I wish I had another race to go to next week, and I will never get tired of this. I can tell you my wife is definitely tired of me being at races. It's time to go home for a little bit. I feel like the Joker, the NBA champion, who is like, no, I don't want to do a parade. I must go home. That is for me. I must go home. But thanks for watching the Weege Show all season long. We'll be back throughout the off season, and of course ramping up to Anaheim, which sadly is only 12 weeks away.